Good day, everybody. This is the early morning, and I just want to say good morning to the world. Good morning to the earth. Good morning to everyone. I'm so grateful to be alive, to be able to share this message with you. Now, this message is brought to you by, drumroll, Peaceful Village Raw Vegan Healing Community in the place known as Ecuador. Okay, so let's get into this video. This is a very important video that I talk about more in my book, The New Mother Earth. So do check that link out. And when this video is released, the book is slowly starting to be published. So it'll be available in 2025 sometime, early to mid 2025. So let's see how things go. And it's called, this video is about nakedness or nudism and barefootism. So being barefoot, being naked, and this kind of things. And I want to talk about this in the context of the book, The New Mother Earth, which I wrote, and it's coming out soon. Yeah. So this is beautiful nature, as we can see here. Hello and welcome to the most peaceful place where the fruiting plants and animals roam free. Thank you to all of them as they make this piece of haven very enjoyable for all. Thank you for coming to Peaceful Village. So thank you for joining me. I'm Michael Landfield from Peaceful Village Raw Vegan Healing Community, and let's go into the topic of nudism and barefootism or nakedness. This is a topic that many people don't want to listen to because it goes against everything what they've been told. If they're religious, everything what they've been told is a sin to do that kind of stuff. It's a sin to see the naked body. But we came here as human beings thousands upon thousands, even tens of thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, naked into this world. We came from the tropics, and we, seeds from Palmville, we came from our mother's wombs, naked. Just plain and simple, we came naked into this world. And we, therefore, it's customary to, that is, we're meant to be here naked. But that's really not how it works, because in our society, not our society, because we didn't create this, okay? Whoever out there created that, but society that we know today and culture that we know today created this aversion to the nude body. There's nothing wrong with the nude body. Today, we feel adverse to the nude body because we find the nude body sexual, or we sexualize the nude body. And that's true, especially in this patriarchal world that we live in. We live very materialistically and sexually and sexist also, meaning that we see specifically women as sexual objects to be used for our own men's gratification. And there's nothing wrong with that if it is consensual and it is done in a loving manner, of course. But if it's done in a, I own you and I see women as sexual property, no, of course not. Now here in Peaceful Village, one of our birthrights is that we have the birthright to being nude and barefoot, because that's how we came into the world. Now, of course, you might say that we put on clothes on the baby when the baby comes out of the womb, because, or a blanket or a towel or something, because the baby is cold. And it's true, because we unfortunately are not in a pristine environment that is very warm, and we are in give birth in artificial places like hospitals and clinics and so forth, that are artificially lit, or artificially air conditioned, or heated in some way. So, and usually it's not heated, it's usually air conditioned, even in winter time. So there's really the whole atmosphere of birthing in hospitals, and I talk about this in the book, The New Mother Earth. And I really talk about how much deception, how much violence is in the birthing process. So when we're in birthing in tropical areas of the world, and I'm talking about tropical areas of the world, or even subtropical areas of the world, then we start to see that once the baby comes out, naked as the baby should be, right? Of course, the baby comes out nude, and the umbilical cord is still attached and this kind of thing. And once the umbilical cord falls off after some days or weeks, depends. Sometimes the umbilical cord, just like a fruit sometimes on the tree, may stay on the tree or on the plant, but literally it's getting ripe, right? So sometimes we may need to help the baby and the mother to detach the umbilical cord, but it has to stay on for at least a few days because the baby has to adapt to the physical changes of the new environment when they were in the womb for many months. So our birthright is nudism and barefootism, and when we get applications, there are still many people. There's some that there are three groups of people basically. The first that, and I'm going to go in order from the most people to the least amount of people. So the first type of people is, oh, I don't care what you do, but let me do what I want to do with my body. So if you want to go naked, that's fine with you, you know. There's actually four groups of people. The second group is that, hey, I am okay with nudity, I'm fine. I'm kind of shy a little bit. People can do it. I think it's natural, but I'm kind of shy still. So that kind of, thing. The third one is absolutely, it's forbidden. It's sin. I don't wanna think about it. It's completely sin. This kind of thing. It's completely sin. It's completely horrible. We should not have that at all, and this kind of thing. And then the fourth one is the person or the people that embrace nudity and say, hey, that's our birthright. We're born like that. We're meant to be naked. It's our natural way of living. Thank you for doing this and this kind of thing. So we get these kind of people, and mostly we get the first three type of people, especially the first two, which they're okay with other people doing it, but don't tell them what to do and this kind of thing. Very rarely do we get people that say it's horrible, it's sin, it's evil, or it's just not a good thing. Don't do this. We should put clothes on and that's it. And everybody that does goes naked is yeah. So. And then we get also a few people saying, I embrace that completely. But mostly it's people that are kind of in between, And what I noticed with people that are kind of in between, or people that are completely against nudity, they're okay with walking barefoot, in different places. Maybe they're more accustomed to wearing shoes or to wearing sandals or these kind of things, but they're okay with people walking barefoot. But when it comes to people completely naked. And I don't mean just topless. I mean naked. Okay, so you see the genitals and everything. What I find with many of these people is we're all programmed, and we're all taught to be to have very not good self-worth of ourselves, to have low self-esteem. And that is why people, they use makeup and they do all this kind of vanity with their bodies, getting breast implants and getting butt implants and surgery, cosmetic surgeries and these kind of things, and fixing their teeth and fixing their face. But the main things that people do, the three things that people do is, well, mainly is the makeup. The facial makeup is what people do, and they put also earrings, which I like to call ancient dangling artifacts, as one movie suggests. Ancient dangling artifacts. Truly, it is. So they are. So, anyways, the whole idea is that people have very low self-esteem because of the programming of society and culture, and ultimately they do this by covering up themselves. Low self-esteem is when someone doesn't truly love themselves unconditionally. That's just how it is. And that's what it is in society and culture. We're taught to always beautify ourselves with makeup and to put rings in our ears, or some type of earrings, and maybe in our nose and these kind of things, in our lips and belly button and so forth. And we have other things that we do, but basically that's the main thing. Also our clothes, so we try to look fancy with clothes and this kind of thing. And sometimes we do, look very fancy with these kind of clothes and elegant and so forth. But really, it's not allowing us to breathe. Clothes are not allowing us to breathe at all. No matter how we put this, clothes are not allowing us to breathe. Right? So that's the thing. And it's not allowing us to get the sun that we need on our skin. So that's the whole key about this kind of thing. And also that we're not embracing the natural way of living, of how we're supposed to be living. Now, of course, we cannot go to the towns and cities and even villages and prance around naked, because the sheriff or the police or the military would be there. Also, probably many religious people would be appalled at that kind of thing and probably beat the person for doing that. Unless there's a whole group of people into that and doing that, then, the more people that do it, the more norm it seems, right? Normal it seems. So that's the key. And that's who we're looking for in Peaceful Village. People that really embrace these natural ways of living. And that's also for holistic healing. We need the sun on our skin, not just on our arms, but on our whole entire body. We need to walk barefoot on the ground, in the soil. So these two things, barefootism and nudity, are keys to really living holistically, being holistically, integrating ourselves as everyone else is in nature, without any clothes. So that is just how it is. It's basically low self-esteem, people that believe they're not beautiful, even a bit, tiny bit. And I know this from many people saying they love themselves and all this kind of stuff, but they put makeup on and they go out. They cannot go out without putting makeup for the most part. But what tends to happen is that truly they don't unconditionally love themselves completely. And when we unconditionally love ourselves, we don't judge any part of ourselves. We love every part, no matter if many people would think that part of our bodies are really imperfect. But we're improving. Once we holistically heal, once we start holistically healing, we will start to improve, and the physical body will start to improve too. You know, I'm not there at optimal healing yet, or optimal health. There's still a lot of things that I need to do in order to heal. Now, I'm not saying that, and many people will say, hey, you are unhealthy. But anyways, this is not the point of the video. The point of the video is we need to be nude. The clothes restrict us. They don't allow our bodies to breathe. All the chemicals and everything within the clothes. People are not buying organic clothing. They're not buying hemp clothing, at least majority of people. And when they're cleaning their clothes, they're cleaning their clothes with very toxic, chemically toxic detergents and things like that, soaps and so forth, that really harm the body when we wear these articles of clothing. So we need to get out. We need to embrace each other's beauty and not see the bodies as sexual objects, because we live in a patriarchal society and culture, and when many people are so religious fanatics and they believe the naked body is sinful, and we should only do that with closed doors and lights off and under the covers in the night and things like that, and after we're married, which is nonsense. You know, having sex and seeing the body. No, we should embrace the naked body and see nothing wrong with it. We should even embrace having bowel movements and urinating, because that is a natural thing too, and nothing we should be ashamed of, absolutely ashamed of, and being, you know, I don't see any of that as shameful or unnatural or disgusting. There's nothing disgusting about that, you know. Yeah, maybe if we're distorted because we've been eating horribly all our lives, and now we're 300 and 400 pounds. Our bodies are now so obese or overweight, and now our bodies are so distorted, and we're not really looking the way we're supposed to be looking. Of course. But once we get to the weight that nature intended us to be, very skinny, slim, very slim. You know, with some muscle, of course, especially the men, for doing heavy lifting and exercises and things. From gardening and forestry and this kind of stuff, and swimming and hiking and cycling and so forth, we start to realize that, okay, this is our natural way of being in the world. Now, of course, it's not possible to do this everywhere, to exercise this birthright everywhere, because as I said, in society and culture, they don't embrace this kind of thing. So in towns and cities, even on the road, secondary road that we have here, people don't embrace that, even though there's not many people passing.